What's up, guys? It's Sam Robles from Palo Fishing, and today I'm with the Flex Coat Group.
Hey, I'm John Cates. This is Roger Cedars, Craig Kuntz, and Ben Cisneros, and this is how we do it.
All right.
In my mind, I've got 'em big red on the line. That's where I go when I'm itching to feed my 7-day addiction.
What's up, guys? It's Sam Robles from Palo Fishing, and today I'm here in actually the Flex Coat shop. So they're going to actually picking up some orders, some stuff that we're buying from them. But today they're going to show us actually how we use this alignment board to line up our guides.
So look, you start from scratch, Roger, because this is not locked in.
All right, now check.
What are we using here? So what tool is this?
This is our power rod wrapper, BL713.
Okay.
So the first thing we do is, you see this little line on the back of the rod?
Yep. On
Okay.
the reel seat.
Okay.
Yep.
Come up here and look down there, and you can tell exactly when that little mark is straight up and down.
Yep.
See that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it's straight up and down. So now we can go down here and glue the tip top on the rod without looking at the reel seat.
Yep.
And okay, then my rod is locked again, and come over here and look at this right here. And you tell me, you move this till it's straight up and down.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty close right
Okay,
there.
that's good.
Yep.
All right, so now to glue this on, I can tell by looking straight down over the rod that my eye is directly down, and I can see this little brown stripe behind the rod. So I put a mark on the rod. I put a mark on the rod that represents. I will cover that mark up with that part of the guide right there. Right there. So to glue this guide on, all I have to do is heat up the guide. I rub it on the glue. And our fan is on. We shouldn't have the fan on. And I glue it down right there. And I can stand right over it, and I can tell that guide is going on straight.
So when you're looking at, when you mean straight, so it's in line with this axis
No,
here, as well as
it's in line with this deal right here. So there's little triangles on both sides of that guide that tells me that guide's straight up and down. So I can go down here and glue all my guides on straight up and down.
Let me take a look at it from this side.
I think if you shoot it from one of the end angles, you can draw a straight line from my eyeball straight down to this blank, straight down to this. You got 3 points of reference.
Yeah.
So then you can really be sure that you're right over the rod in just a few seconds, and then you can make sure that this guide is cut straight in half by the rod blank. And that way you know it's straight over the top.
Yep.
And then another thing that happens is when you glue a guide onto a rod like this and you use it, and over the years the guide flexes against the rod. We used to take repairing guides, and we'll take a guide off, and there'll be a little indentation in the blank caused by the guide sliding on the on the
so this
rod.
protects the blank.
And yeah, this protects the blank, similar to an underwrap.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's the only reason to put an underwrap on a rod is to keep, especially on big rods, you put an underwrap on there, keep that guide from sawing into the blank. And this stuff does the same stuff.
Okay.
And you can tweak the guide too under the wrap.
Yeah,
Still-
and if it's a little bit off, you can still tweak it, get it straight. And so Craig brought in our guide foot adhesive.
And so you just you just melted this on its right
Yeah,
there.
I just heated up on the end. And
You got that going pretty good. No, when I was first learning how to put these guides on there, I tried the different glues. I just couldn't get it on right myself. And
well, it takes a little learning curve.
Hey, one thing that I learned that I didn't get right away, and Roger showed me this just recently, is when you're putting that on there, you slide your thumb off the back.
Okay.
Because if you pull it straight off, especially on a tiny little guide up here, you can pull because you got more glue on your thumb than you got on anything else. But if you slide it off the back, it's going to stay.
Okay.
Well, another thing that
It's all about know-how.
Yeah, these.
another thing, I use these on those little guides, So I'll take a little guide and I'll heat it up, and let's see here. Grab my little small guide. There's not enough room to
get your hand on it.
and to put your hand on it, and
yeah, and these are where we struggle too. I mean, this is why we started using rubber bands, was to try to deal with these small
Sure.
ones.
You
Well-
drop that on the floor, it's
Yeah.
gone.
Well, I tell you what, I don't knock guides off rides. You know, when I put them on, you know, maybe out of when I do 5 rides, I might drop one guide one time. You
Okay.
know? But we do want to see how you do it with a rubber
Yeah,
band.
definitely. We'll show you guys how we do it.
And then let's see if I still got that straight up and down, John. Didn't move anything.
I don't think
Now
it
come back over here and look down there at that guy now, and see if it's straight up and down. And look at the tip top down there.
Yeah, you can definitely see how it's aligned. So this is how we align them also too. But you know, it's very just looking down this. So what I like about having this line here is that it gives you, like you said, another visual reference.
Yeah,
So
and
you-
your other wrapper will do the same thing.
Yeah,
It
that
just so happens I like the. I just always wrapped on this little rod wrapper. I've been making this rod wrapper for 40 years,
yeah.
and I just used to it. Just whatever you're used to, you know.
Yep.
Now this one right here, see, I can take this guide right here, and I said we're supposed to cut the fan off before we do this.
So what about when you're wrapping these micro guides? What about the overwrap on there? Do you still do that?
Well, I'll tell you what I do there.
I mean, I've seen one of your previous
The
videos.
locking wrap?
Yeah, the locking wrap above that, and so I've seen that, and people were
Now,
asking me what.
I don't
about it.
use anything. On all the small micro guides I use, REC guides have a long enough foot, so you don't need a locking wrap on it. On Fuji now makes all their little micro guides with
okay.
a belly,
Yeah.
and that's the only ones I use.
Okay, so
Because these little guides that have an 1/8 inch foot,
you
it's
can't-
just not
yeah,
enough.
Yeah. Okay, so
And so if I was going to use those on a light rod, I would use them maybe, but I would put a locking wrap on those.
okay. So it's really dependent on the actual guide itself. And
That's
so
right.
the Fuji ones that you guys have seen are the ones that you would recommend putting it on.
So I glued that guide on right now, and now you should be able to pick up the rod and hold the guide. It's on there good enough where
Okay.
you can pick up the rod and hold it.
yeah.
I didn't do a very good demonstration here
No,
because of the wind. I should have cut that off, but you know, it's on.
It's on there good, huh?
Uh-huh.
And so one thing I didn't see is how much actually glue can. It's not a lot of glue. Just you
No,
just
you know,
wipe it down.
you can't even see it,
Yeah. Okay.
and so it's on there good, and so I can glue. In just a minute, I can glue all my guides on straight as an arrow, and then after I completely finish wrapping the rod, I carry it outside, put it up in the sky, and do any little tweaking that I need to do
After it's been wrapped, right?
after it's
Yep.
been wrapped. Now, what we want to do is see you put on a tile
Okay.
rubber
All
band.
right. Good deal. So we've got some rubber band here.
Give me to shoot it?
Yeah, that'd be great. So
We saw your video, but I still couldn't tell how you did it.
all right. So we have a rubber band here I can use. Yeah, any of these will work. This
Is
will
that
work.
okay?
Yeah, I just need this, and I'm gonna borrow some of these cutters here. So this again, like I said in my video, this is one of my uncle's techniques. He said he learned this building slingshots as a kid. So what you do is you just put that up.
Yep.
You know, you line it where you're gonna put it. You take the tail end of it, you run it through this finger, and then from here you just wind it down. And and you can wrap it down several times, and then you wrap after 3 or 4 times. You run it over your index finger, and you pull it down. And it's right there. It's all it's being cinched down, and you cut this tag in as close as you can, and you just kind of roll your finger forward so that tail end tag end fits under.
There you go.
And now it's on there. And actually,
I like it. That could have been a crummy rubber band.
yeah, no, yeah. And so what we do is, so right here, I just want to make sure that I got enough of that tail end out here. Otherwise, it's going to pop out. And so what the reason I like doing this is, and my uncle likes it too, is so now only it's on there good when it comes to wrapping, but when I'm load testing or spacing guides, I can really crank on that
That's
and
really
not have to
good.
worry about it.
I like it.
So yeah, it's just a technique that my uncle incorporated into our rod building practice.
Now down at Axiom, they don't tie their guide. They hold the guide up there. They put this wrap right here in the middle, and then they sit there and then work the guide out till
Back
it
to the
falls
front,
off.
okay.
Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that. I do it on specifically like when I'm trying to wrap over some of the bigger guys that have a bigger foot, and I can't get that line to sit down just right. I put a little bit of a space in there, and then I'll just scoot it out later, then pack the line up to it.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't see that where they kind of get that wrap on the seat up front, and then.
Yeah, well, they're just unbelievably fast.
But yeah, I definitely appreciate you showing us this how you use this.
You want to see
thing.
the extrusion of the?
Yeah, the tip top, right. So getting the glue, the air basically out of that cavitation is.
Yeah, so that's the tip top. So if you take that, you can put it through any. We've got this one for tip top adhesive only because we don't want to mix up any glues in here.
Sure. Okay.
So we can take this, and it may get a little funky at first. Yeah, it's got a lot of air in it. So you can just start extruding this out.
Once it heats up, you start flowing a lot of it in there.
Because I've noticed that, like when I'm trying to glue some of the tip tops on that
A little too fast, John.
That air that's in there, and it'll like that tip top will it'll be pushing that tip out, and so especially some of the guys that don't have a little hole on the top for the air to get purged out.
So you can do this at different speeds to get different thicknesses. If you got some really small tip tops, you can do it really fast like that and stretch
It's starting
it.
to do right now.
Or you can do it,
Slow down a little bit. It's a little
thicker.
too thin.
You can do it thicker like that. So you can just extrude this out like this, and then you just let that dry, for just a little bit, and then you can just come in here and just scratch it off this tabletop, and then you've got that which you can cut up with these into various lengths, and then put it in your bag, and you've got enough here to do several tip tops.
Wow.
And you put that down inside the tip top tube.
That's
And
an
then-
awesome.
And then
tip,
you
yeah.
break it off, and then you heat it till it boils out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you heat it up, but most of it will boil out, and you ought to be able to get it on without
Without-
taking up any room in there.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, I think this is actually really neat. I mean, it beats what I'm doing right now. I'm taking a razor to it and slicing little shaving it off.
yeah.
And this beats it.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, just
absolutely. Based on
just
what I saw.
keep it to tip top only in your gun, so you're not getting
And
other.
it's just a regular heat gun.
It's
and you
just
can-
a regular gun.
we kind of wanted you up here before you did our evaluation of our. Now listen, I don't want you to take this wrong. Sometimes people say the wrong thing, like me, for one thing. But you looked at our, reamer braces. You said, "Yep, we got. I guess you can make reamer braces." Blue.
Well, that's also so I have reamers, and so like I just and
Yeah. Where'd you get your reamer?
I have the CRB reamers, right? So I
Well,
don't
let me
have-
tell you what. When
Hey,
you see our reamers,
Let's go show
Let's,
them
all
our
right, let's
reamers.
okay. Let's
Let me
go see it. So
well, you can ring carpet this stuff all day long.
how do you build this ream here?
The reamer?
Yeah.
Well, we got a video showing how to do that.
Okay.
And so that little roll that you looked at, that you said, this is no good.
You need to watch that. You need to watch that.
Yeah, that's
video.
all me. So I need to learn how to do
Uh,
that.
well, when we saw your video, your evaluation of our stuff, we said, we wish we'd had you before you did that. Because there wasn't much in there that you needed except the hand runner.
Yeah.
And the guy put it in, he said, well, we don't need that. But I mean, you can, I don't see any cartilage in here. But, are you familiar with that little pilot drill?
Yeah, it's a DeWalt grill that sits on the actual station.
Where are you? So, are you familiar with these?
No, I'm not.
Oh, man, wow.
I've seen these to bore them out. I mean, I've seen them online, just haven't used them.
Yeah, well, these things are awesome. We have a drill out here, John. Here's one.
Shop's
See a
kind,
real
of
seat
in,
arbor laying around
shop's kind of in disarray. I don't see a real seat arbor out here. I can run and grab one.
here. Okay. We bought
These are already glued in, and then there's a.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna take a 3/8. Now, see, if you tried to wring this out, you got a real seat?
These
Well-
are glued in.
Okay. So what we do, we glue these.
What I could grab.
We glue these into. That's a 17. So we grab a 3/8 pilot drill, and we now see, to keep that on center would be really, really hard.
Right.
But see that little deal right there? It's gonna stay
It's
exactly
gonna stay
in the
in
center.
center.
Okay. Now, all we got to do is take out about another 1/16 of an inch out down there to fit on our
To
rod.
ream it.
To ream it, yeah.
So look at,
it's
is
going
that
to be
on center?
dead center now.
Yeah, it looks like so. That was one of the questions I had around it: is how are you going to stay centered? So
Yeah.
this is you any reel seat you put on, you'll glue on the arbor.
And
first.
we sell all these arbors to go with any size reel seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you take it over here, and we know how far this thing needs to go on our rod, and we just take it like this and go.
There you go.
And that's going to be on center.
Wow.
And you can slide it
Uh-huh.
down.
Yeah, I
And
think I
then-
might need one of these now.
Okay.
Based on just seeing what you guys can do.
Yeah, I mean, we
Okay,
did it in
now-
seconds. And if you're doing a lot, you can mark in the dust. I just need to go to right there.
Yeah.
And you just do all the
It
rest.
takes
of
us, when Ryan had the Waterloo over here, when my
Yeah.
son, they in 10 minutes, they could ream 10 car candles and 10 reel seats for everything they need, because they knew exactly where it needed to go. So
Yeah.
they just go, 10, they could do 10 of them in 10 minutes.
And just walk away.
Oh,
Go
and
blow
walk
'em up.
So the process is you take your reel seat, you glue in your arbors, and then
That's right.
once they're dry, you come in there, you use
Yeah,
this.
well, it's 5 minute epoxy. If you glue it in there and walk out here, it's done before
Yeah.
you. Now here, see, you've got a,
For a full.
you've got a 5/16 hole in here, and then these are our reverse pilot drills.
So when would you use a reverse versus a?
See how long that
You
is?
see, now this is not, this is one we've modified. We make a cutting edge right here. And then now we take this thing, and this is gonna stay exactly on center too. So we take this, okay, let's say we had to ream this thing out to 5/8. We can keep it exactly on center, or a half, whatever. So we take it like this and go like this, go down there. And we only go halfway through. Because it chatters when it comes out the end.
Okay, so you
So,
swap
so
it
we'll,
around.
we'll flip it around.
Okay.
And we've got all this stuff on video,
Yeah.
but we're just having fun today. We want to get your attention.
I got one, thank
Okay, so now we took this thing out from 5/16 to 3/8 exactly on center. You know.
you. And now you'll just finish the ream. One.
Yeah. Then it's easy. And goes on here. Now this reamer has done 1,000 rods. So it's,
And you have to replace the paper on
No.
the sanding?
no. I mean, it's about at the point of 1,000 rods, you do need to replace it. No, because if we had new sandpaper on here, this thing would just go, and that's it. Yeah, it's tapered to fit your blank, and you know, our philosophy about car, it's on center. Ooh. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you take it from a 1/4 inch out to 3/8, there's a good chance it's not gonna be on center. Out to 7/16.
So you've got all the different sizes.
Yeah. Here's all Roger's reamers.
Yeah.
Wow.
All made right here.
Yeah, and you know, you got blanks to make a reamer, and we got a video that tells you how to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be looking that up and making my own. But I just had it.
And do a video.
I will make a video on how to make it, and I'll be talking about.
And then you come back and say, hey, you know, I got some of this stuff out of the Flex Coat kit, and at first I didn't like it,
Yeah,
but I tried
absolutely.
it.
I mean, that's what it is, right? So it's based on my experience. So what I didn't know, right? So I'm always learning, and I never tell myself that or anybody that we're experienced.
Sure,
we know
sure, sure.
everything,
This
right?
is
So
not
that-
the. It's like our how we do it
It's-
thing.
yeah,
We're not
it's-
saying we're the best.
Yeah, or you just don't know, right? This is the way we've been doing things for a while, and then you learn things like I learned today, right? And
Yeah.
just even like what you showed me inside about the tip top glue and how we use this reamer tape here, and
Yeah.
Now, our little cork lathe with that drill is just as good as these lathes.
yeah, that's what we'll be using so in our shop.
Because you gotta buy one of those DeWalt drills or any drill that draws over 4 or 5 amps.
Well, yeah, and the thing about those little cork lathes is everybody's got a drill, and a
Yeah.
little plug-in drill is cheap to get. You look at these lathes we have;
Yeah,
they're great.
That's a
but
$70 chuck.
we got a setup here that's taking space in our shop.
Yeah.
With an RL100, you can break that down, throw it in a drawer, take your drill, use it for a different purpose.
Absolutely. So
This
yeah.
is a footprint that a lot of people don't have.
Yeah. So
This is This is the first one we ever built. These little wheels are the first one we ever built.
Yeah.
And Waterloo used it, and it's been something really good.
We definitely will be using it. Again, it changed, just what I saw right now changed just blew my mind in terms of what I could do. And I've seen these, I just hadn't made one, or so now it's actually going to be on my to-do list when I get
Now,
home.
one thing,
Just like that. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
This tray's too big for this, but we'll make it to where it folds down and fits snugly so it's not bouncing around. But just for this demonstration, you take a rod and you put the butt of it down here in one of these things. This is what, a six rod deal, and then you lay it down this way with the tips up against here in these slots. And then you have a board that you put in this slot here. And you have a little board that you put your guide measurements on. And that board has 4 sides, so you can store the information of your guide spacing for up to 4 rods on each board.
Yeah.
And then you can have your
Different
boards just over there labeled. So you lay that down, you lay all your rods down, and you put this here, and you can take a Sharpie, and you can just mark your guide spacing.
Wow. Yeah.
Really fast all the way up your rods.
Nice.
This one's a 6 at a time. We built them 12 at a time machines. Just a real quick and efficient way to mark your guide spacing.
Yeah, that's actually really neat. So, and I didn't know you guys had something like this. I might need something like this myself too.
Yeah, and we built all this right here in the shop.
So what does something like this cost?
Well, this one you could probably get at a pretty good price because it's got dirt on it and it's got a little bit of paint on it.
how do you get paint on it?
Well, they were trimming the trees, and they had all that tree trim and stuff
Oh,
there
wow.
with
It blew
that
in the-
spray, and it sprayed and got on it.
Well, this is good too.
We could definitely make you do it.
Everybody has that.
Yeah.
The bad news is before we sell one, we always like to make another one, so we have something to study, and
Yeah,
because
to
we
work
build.
Because we don't have any drawings, so if we don't keep an extra one laying around here, we have to reinvent the wheel. How do we do that? We don't remember how.
But yeah, it's a good unit for production. You know, when you're
Yeah.
building lots of the same.
rods.
So Eddie sprayed that stuff on there.
He didn't mean to. It was.
So as I was editing this video, I realized I didn't close it again while I was at the Flex Coat shop. So here I'll close it again here in my hotel room here in New Orleans. But I definitely want to thank the guys at Flex Coat for taking the time to show us how they do what they do. And so big shout out to John, Roger, Craig, and Ben for taking an afternoon and showing me around their shop. So as you guys know, or the Flex Coat story, these guys are pioneers. They've been around for 40 years, and they really changed a lot, or been a big part of the rod building business for many years. And so they have a lot of experience, and actually a lot of this experience is documented on YouTube videos and the DVDs that they have. So if you're looking to learn how to build rods, they're definitely a great resource to learn. And regardless of what skill you're at, whether you're a beginner or experienced, or someone like me like in between, you can learn a lot from these guys. Actually, like in the few hours that I was there with them, I actually learned a lot, and I've actually changed the way we do certain things in our shop. So definitely great people. They're always willing to help, and that's really the main reason I choose to do business directly with them. Is that every time I've needed anything, I've called them, and Craig or John or Roger answers the phone, and they're always willing to do whatever they can to help me out. So and it's why they've been in business for 40 years, and it's why they continue to stay strong. So so great people to work with, and big shout out to the guys at Flex Coat. So I hope you guys got some value out of this video. Definitely there's a lot of tips and tricks that were shared here on how you can level up your rod building game. And so again, I feel like I got that out of just the few hours that I was there. So as always, if you got some value out of this video, please smash the like button below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. So I'll continue to try to put videos out like this. I've actually got a good amount of them sitting on my camera that I'm actually just downloading onto my computer and working on them right now while I'm out on the road. So I'll try to get all these out and push them out so you guys can get there. So I do have a question. One of the things I've seen from other YouTubers is kind of just this framework of a question of the day. So I'm gonna implement that in our videos here as well. So the question of the day, or for the day, specific to this video, was what's your favorite FlexCo product? So over the last 3 or 4 years, I've used a good amount of them, and so I know what my favorite product is, and so, but I won't try to influence you or bias you, so, or put any bias in any of you guys out here. So if you can, just enter your favorite flex code in the comments below. I'll read them. I'll provide my response and my thoughts on which products work really well. And obviously, like, one thing that you guys saw in this video is I kind of discounted the reamer kit that came with the on the rod building kit, and now I just didn't know, right? And now, after spending some time with Roger and John, I now know how to use it in the proper way. So I'm definitely going to be doing that, and I will make a video on my experience on actually building this reamer kit. I plan to do it this weekend, so stay tuned for that. So thanks again, guys. I appreciate all the support. Continue get out on the water, enjoy fishing and sharing your passion for fishing. And actually, I thought I have a new way of closing these videos. I'm going to say this once. It may seem a little cheesy. Let me know. But may the fish be with you. So yeah. So let's see how that works. But anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks again, guys.
In my mind, I've got 'em big red on the line. That's where I go when I'm itching to feed my 7-day addiction.